may have said it after Stonehill, but there's no bad wins. But it didn't feel great tonight. Our team's off. I really liked the team that played here against Northern Michigan, but this weekend we weren't as good, and I got to figure some things out. But the team found a way to win. I still don't like we give up we give up a ton of offense to other teams this weekend, breakaway goals, odd man rushes, and that's checking to me. And we're usually pretty good at it. I thought Michael Rabo was outstanding this weekend, although he gave up a few goals. We haven't helped him out much. He's done well. Nick Van Tassel, I thought, was our best player this weekend, and Del Elche made up for his blue line turnover with a nice goal in overtime to find the victory.
Kind of hectic first period, but what were you seeing there? What were the guys seeing?
Yeah, I kind of the goals were coming so fast. I kind of lost track of who scored and how they scored. We're just really loose right now. I don't like our game. I think integrity is the word that I'm using right now. There's a real lack of integrity in our style of play. So I've got to find some answers for the group. But we got 11 new players, and we're trying to. I have to remind myself that they're going through a lot of growth, all these new players, and we still don't know what line combinations are. I think everybody played on different lines tonight than they did last night. We changed the back end pairings, and so it's uncomfortable for me just because there's just a lot of unknowns right now, and the way we played this weekend has created a lot of unknowns.
Do you think the defensemen are trying to do too much?
Yep. Yep. I told them that the second period. I said, I don't need you guys to win us the game. I need you not to lose it. Like, they need to defend. Like, they need to be the strength of the team, and they're unpredictable, and they're good players, and so they want to make a difference, but they need to realize that making the difference by not letting the other team score. Just move pucks quickly. We're disjointed, and I'll take all the blame for that. I've got to spend a lot of time watching the two games and figure out what the messaging needs to be. Because I told you earlier, Northern Michigan, that felt like UMass hockey. Like, we were buzzing and playing hard and came out flying this weekend. Friday night was terrible first period against a good team in hockey. So, I hate to sound down, but it wasn't a great weekend for us.
What went into the decision to pair Del and team back together?
Going into the third period last night, we needed a goal. We needed offense, and so we decided to put them back together. Landon and Charlie, they're the perfect example of guys trying to get their feet wet, and I think Landon may have played like 20 minutes the first weekend, and it's probably too much for him right now. I don't care how good you are as a freshman, that's a lot. And so we decided to put Larry and Deli back together. They've got good chemistry and should be pretty reliable. And just let Landon and Charlie kind of ease their way into playing at this level. Just less time on the ice, I think, is a good thing. They'll both grow into it. I'm very excited about both those players. I think they're both gonna, again, but I think I'm being impatient with them, where they're where they should be. They're 5 games into their career, and I know where they're gonna be. I know where they're gonna get to, and it's that frustration that you just gotta let them play through some stuff.
Cosman and Klechka each scored, got 8 minutes from Kerr and Qua. What did you see from those 34 lines?
I thought Justin Kerr was a really nice surprise. Not a surprise. He's the guy. I know what he's going to be. He's going to be effective because he's big and he can skate. He won faceoffs too, which we're not the faceoff team we were last year or have been, and so he's probably going to help us. He's just a guy that needed to get reps, and his game was all over the place, but we're dialing it in. And I thought he was a really nice addition to the lineup. AJ Lacroix plays a smart game. We have 16 forwards on this team, and I would say 8 of them are in a pool where they're all about equal. And I'm waiting for them to separate themselves. And I thought Kerr did a good job separating himself. There's a lot of competition for the third and fourth lines, which is a good thing because you got to be your best and be on your toes at all times, and it'll help our practices if there's more competition. I think those are the only 2 guys you talked about, Kerr and Lacroix.
And Bo.
Bo.
Cosman, Clutch.
Yeah, we've been waiting for Bo to score, and now he's scored 2 games in a row, and he's got speed, and that's part of the package that we want. We want guys that can really skate and really compete, and he does a good job with both of those.
Talk about Nick Van Tassel, a guy that came in his early days, didn't see a ton of time, battled injury a little bit. What's been his greatest strength that's helped him to get to this level?
He decided to be really hard to play against. He's a big guy that skates. He's got good hands, but he didn't play like he's 6'5", and now he plays like he's 6'13". He's a big guy, and you don't want to run into him. And it took me 2 years to convince him to play like that. And now I think he's the most. You come to watch a game, you don't know anything about our team. You probably who's that guy? So I'm really proud of him. He's come a long way. He's a really strong kid. And now he goes out on the ice and he knows that nobody wants to deal with him.
And that's just a mental thing, pretty much. He's got the brain.
Mental thing, but he also, he's been developed real well physically by our strength coach. But it's mostly a mindset. I compare a lot to Lucas Mercury. Lucas came in here, wasn't a very hard player, and we convinced him that was his makeup, and he became a really effective guy just because he decided he was going to be a heavy guy, and that's what Kerr's going to be, and Van Tassel, and they all just happen to be 6'5". So I wish I was 6'5". I'm a lot closer to 5'6", but
You mentioned that you're still tweaking with the lines. How do you think Musa did with his keeping?
I don't know. Musa's a little off. I don't know. I got to find something that makes him click. We're just trying things out. I don't know. I got to watch the video. I got to see if Janko's, what he's going to bring this week in practice, where he's going to fit in. I don't know. Too many unknowns right now. That's not the worst thing in the world. But for me as a head coach, you like predictability and stability, and just we're not there right now.
Anything more?